Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode on Withered Rose. Today we have a special guest for you, Murder Curious. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
We're going good. How about you guys?
Cheers.
We're doing great.
What inspired you guys to pursue a music career?
You have to be born a glutton for punishment and then just go down from there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, dreams of rock stardom are always, high on the list, I think, for most people that want to pick up an instrument or start a band or whatever. But I mean, at this point, we're having fun,
That's good.
I picked up a bass so I don't smash in people's car windows.
It's a good outlet.
It's a good outlet.
It's a good outlet.
Put it that way.
Yeah, don't smash car windows. No. I mean, depends on the car.
It is fun.
Depends on the person who owns it. Fair game.
It is fun though.
So, who have been your guys' musical influences?
Oh, I was big into Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins, back in high school. But as far as like this band, the influences are very drawn from like Motorhead and
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains. Yeah, it's very grunge, punk vibe. Yeah, a little bit of Monster Magnet maybe. A more current reference would be like Turnstile. I like them a lot. But all of our influences kind of mesh together because these guys have different influences that kind of all work together with what we do.
Yeah, my personal influences were System of a Down, Marilyn Manson, anything industrial, anything new metal. So
I'm a really huge fan of the Carpenters. So, I bring sort of a 70s pop vibe to the whole system here.
What would you guys say your greatest strengths are as a musician?
Oh boy, that is a.
I don't consider myself to be a great bass player by any means. So
yeah, faking it.
Yeah, I'm a Timu bass player.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at passing off like a fuck up on stage as something I meant to do. I think that's a strength.
Definitely a strength.
Yeah, and I mean, showmanship, I think, is the main thing. Like integrity and showmanship, like putting an honest thrust out to the audience and letting them know that we're doing this for real. We're not up there like pantomiming or playing the backing tracks or any of that stuff. We're laying our hearts out on the stage for people to see, and yeah, I mean, I guess that that's kind of the key.
I mean, we've had people at the shows like that say they don't even like the music, but they stay the whole time because we're entertaining. So
Right.
I'll take that.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stayed.
As long as you're on stage putting on a show, right?
How do you guys handle like constructive criticism from like your performances?
Oh yeah, I mean that almost kind of something like if you're in your mind there or something would kind of answer that question already. I mean we're always happy to hear feedback from people after shows and constructive. I don't know that I've ever heard any constructive other than maybe your guitar was out of tune.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? But at the end of the day, the fan is only supplied with what they paid for, which is the performance that takes place. And you like it or you don't like it. Either way is fine with us. But as far as someone coming up to us and saying, "Hey, you guys should do this or do like I don't think we would ever really modify anything we're doing based on somebody's opinion of it. We'd certainly say, if somebody says, "Hey, you should do more of this or more of that. I like this stuff." Okay, certainly we could take a little creative direction as far as the performance and whatnot. But as far as the music that we create, I think we just come from a very direct and like a core of just making music that you like to play, and you play it for other people, and they either like it or they don't. And am I right?
Yeah. I mean, I've always strived for not making it for everybody. I mean, I like a level of hatred. It's kind of fun.
Right.
I don't want everybody to like it. If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Well, it makes it feel like family.
Well, that's just it. We really are doing what we want to do.
Yeah.
You know, as far as everything we put out as music, it's almost more for us. And if you like it, great. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it does come. I agree with you. Like, it comes to a point in time. Like, you have to start doing stuff for you, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like you said, it doesn't matter if anybody likes it. So you have to start taking care of yourself. Like, if you want it to basically go off, make screamo music, then go ahead. Like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, this is our outlet for the daily bullshit. And if we can be somebody else's outlet for their daily bullshit, perfect.
Exactly.
I mean, the great thing is that when we get together and we're just hanging out as dudes and enjoying like our collective experience, you know, that's the fundamental part of why you do something like be in a band. Anybody could just like sit behind a computer, program shit, and lay their layers and layers, and you know, be whatever that's fine. There's a place for that. But for guys like us, it's literally about getting in a room with guys who are your friends, who sort of, and sharing that experience of crafting a real thing in real time out of essentially nothing but just your thoughts and your emotions. It's one of the most liberating things a person can do, and I wish more people would try to do it well.
Have you had anything like crazy jump out at you when you were performing, or something happened to you during any performances?
Oh my
Trev,
God.
you wanna please, by all means, this is maybe the greatest rock and roll story that nobody's really ever heard.
It was our first headlining show, and with a really good lineup, a lot of really good bands that night, and we were on stage for like 2.5, 3 songs. Maybe?
It was the middle of the third song.
Yeah, middle of third song, the sound guy starts screaming into the PA system, like, "Fucking stop the music! Stop the music!" You know, there's a gun. There's a
active shooter. Yeah, we were in the basement of this bar, and on the main floor, some gentlemen of various motorcycle club affiliation had decided that they wanted to have a confrontation, and there was a knife and a gun, and didn't work out so good for one of the guys.
Yeah, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, so there was a guy that got murdered upstairs from one of our gigs.
And
Murder out of Murder Curious show.
Yeah, so
as the police come in downstairs and there's crime scene tape all over the fucking stage.
On our stage, one of our stage props is like crime scene tape with our band name all across it. And the cops come down and they're looking at
I swear I didn't do it.
It's like,
yeah. Wow. The irony was so thick that you could hardly stand it. It was absurd to a level that you could hardly imagine.
From stage straight to interrogation room.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll obviously never forget that night.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the name?
So the name, if you've seen our logo, it's the cat skull, right?
Yeah.
So the name is Murder Curious is kind of like our mascot, the cat. Cats are just born, natural killers, right?
And curious.
And they're also curious. Like, if you've seen a cat play with a mouse until he kills it, I mean, that's kind of where it came from.
Do you guys have any shows coming up?
We do. We had some stuff fall through this month. We've just been kind of using that time to do stuff like this and catch up on our album that we're recording.
Do you guys have like a merch store, or what's the best way that the fans and new upcoming fans can support you?
Best way to support us is to listen to both the songs we have on Spotify and every other streaming platform everywhere.
Email list on murdercurious.com.
Yeah, join our mailing list.
We don't have an official store. If you want something, it can be sent to you.
Yeah, we can certainly.
We'll sort it out.
Sort that out. Yeah, mail a t-shirt or whatever. But yeah, if you're at a show, we're happy to sell you a t-shirt. They're only $10. We try to keep the prices low, so you can just get that stuff and wear it proudly. And stickers are always free. So if you're at one of our shows, the stickers on the table are just free. Just grab one, take it.
Guys, it was an absolute pleasure having you on here, and we definitely hope to hear more songs from you soon. And
right.
guys, tune in next week for another episode. Have a great night.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks for having us.